Next, we'll look at solving an equation involving radicals. So we have 4 steps here. First, we want to isolate our radical onto one side of the equation. Next, we raise each side of the equation to a power that is the same as the index of the radical. 3, we solve the equation, and then 4, we want to check each proposed solution in the original equation. So with our equation here, we want to solve x minus the square root of 4x plus 12, and that's all equal to 0. So first step, we want to isolate the radical on one side of our equation. So let's go ahead and isolate our radical. In order to do that, we can go ahead and add this 4x minus or plus 12 over to the right hand side. Okay, so we are left with an x is equal to the square root of 4x plus 12, and now it's isolated. So what does step 2 say? Raise each side of the equation to a power that is the same as the index of the radical. So one thing is the square root, we actually need to raise it to the second power in order to undo it. So we're left with x squared is equal to 4x plus 12. And now this looks like it's a form that we can easily solve. So let's go ahead and get this back, and we'll go ahead and get the 4x and the 12 over to the left hand side. Okay, and now we want to go ahead and factor this out. So we want two numbers that multiply to negative 12 or added and subtracted gets us negative 4. This will be a negative 6 and a positive 2. And then we can go ahead and have our two proposed solutions. So x minus 6 is equal to 0, and x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x equals 6, and x is equal to negative 2. Now, our last step is to check each proposed solution back in our original equation to see if it actually makes any sense. So let's go ahead and try this 6 and this negative 2. So 6 minus the square root of 4 times 6 plus 12, and we want to see if that's equal to 0. This will get us 6 minus the square root of 36, which is just 6 minus 6 equal to 0. That makes sense. So we can go ahead and highlight our x is equal to 6. Let's try our negative 2. Negative 2 minus the square root of 4 times negative 2 plus 12, and that's going to be equal to 0. Negative 2 minus the square root of 4 equal to 0, or negative 2 minus 2 equal to 0, which is negative 4 is equal to 0. That does not make sense, so our x is equal to 6 is our only solution here.